Congressman, moving on, the big controversy, USAID and the freezing of those funds. And Congressman, I think a lot of people are just deeply shocked at the level of spending here. We're talking about billions of dollars that looks like it was being squandered. Your reaction to the discoveries coming out of DOGE?
Well, when I found out that USAID was paying for Ukrainian models and designers to travel to New York City to attend the Paris and London fashion weeks and more, $20 million to create a Sesame Street show in Iraq, $2 million were spent for sex changes and LGBT activism in Guatemala, and then millions of EcoHealth Alliance dollars, an organization involved in the coronavirus research at the Wuhan Institute of Lab, where we had the suspected COVID leak. I mean, this humiliates our country. Who do these people take us for? They have to think we're fools, that we're sending our money for a Sesame Street show in Iraq, that we're sending models to London and Paris. You know, the people in my home state of Nebraska, we work way too hard for our money to send it to Washington and then ship it out so that somebody can have a sex change in Guatemala. I mean, that makes no sense. And when you really look at this, what Elon Musk is doing, what the government is doing for the first time, is we are actually auditing where this money is going and who is using it. I didn't even think, like in my home state, we have a state auditor. He does a wonderful job. It's time for these things to be picked apart. Let the American people know and let these expenditures stand on their own. And quite frankly, this is really disgusting how this money is being spent.
And you know, Congressman, I was reading through the list, and I got the same information you got. We're spending all this money on transgender operas in Colombia and the transgender comic books in Peru. And I couldn't help but think about the thousands of military veterans who sometimes wait weeks and months to get medical treatment, the homeless veterans in our country. That money could be used to help our fellow Americans.
Well, think about this. Like, we're having bake sales and we're having radiothons to raise money to send little kids for cancer care to St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital in Memphis. And yet we're taking tax dollars for a sex change down in Guatemala. I mean, it makes no sense. The people of this country have far too long paid far too much and gotten so little in return. That's why this needs to happen. That's why this process is positive. That's why this sunshine on these issues will lead and affect change. And that's what people want.
All right. Well, Congressman, we're going to have to leave it there. Sorry to cut it short, but we have the breaking news from the White House, and we certainly appreciate you coming on Newsmax tonight. Thank you.
My pleasure. Have a good night.